Hello everyone, this is Bradley. Today this is a fundamental tutorial talking about how to append the animation node tree. Many people ask this question, but this is really a basic question. So here I'm in Blender and in this animation node panel I have nothing, no node tree, no any other things. But I would like to work with my animation nodes, so how can I actually do that? So I need to append the files, go to the file append, and then I need to find my files. So I just paste the address that I know where my preset library is located, and there is a file which is called Appending 2.3.2. So you just open that file, you can see there is so many things. It's not really relevant. You only need to concern about this node tree. And there are 4 files. All these files are related to animation nodes. But you will also, in other cases, if you're using other person's work or whatever things, you may also find a shader node group or other things, or server chalk or circa. Basically they located all the same location, which is called node tree. So basically just select all this kind of and append. And next second you have appended all this kind of node tree, you can see we have a node tree preset, preset 2, tracer, whatever, so on and so forth. Okay, so this is basic idea of appending node tree. However, the problem has not been finished at this moment. One thing I want to highly remind you is that animation node tree is always connected to the scene. So if you go to the animation node tree, you can see there is a scene. So animation node tree is always attached to the scene, which means when you append the animation nodes, you will append the scene as well. Okay, that's why if you go to the scene, originally there was no scene, but now it's created scene 001. But the scene 001 has nothing. The reason is because my appending file had intentionally deleted all these kind of objects in order to prevent any overlapping name of objects or additional object that's unnecessary or other things. Which also means if you append not the appending file but use the startup file instead, then you might potentially append some default cube or other things, which is just bad. Okay, this is the idea. But because we have nothing in this collection, in this scene, you just can delete that directly. So this is kind of important. Sometimes you don't necessarily worry because it's possible that animation node can work across the scene. But other times, if you're trying to use time info nodes, then it will be actually, if you hit Control H, you can see it's actually the time info will be showing the scene that it's chosen. So this might cause some problem. One thing I want to say is because while you are appending animation nodes tree, you are always going to append the scene. Sometimes you don't know what you have in the other scene, and you may have some issues with the other issues. So I don't usually recommend you to append animation node tree. I will always recommend you to start with a file that includes all these kind of presets if you're going to use that. That's one reason that I save them all in startup file and so on and so forth, making these presets and so on. But there are definitely cases in which you need the animation node tree. There was for example, so what I just append is the Blender, is the preset library 2.3.2, but this version is going to be outdated very soon. Okay, in such a kind of case, I need to update my preset library because the reason that the preset library gets outdated sometimes is because the animation nodes get updates, some of the node that gets broken or whatever stuff. And in such a case, you need to append the file. And let's just try to append the file. Just for simplicity, I'm going to append the same file. And it immediately causes an error. So why is the error? So there are 2 phenomena I want you to realize. Is firstly, it gets a scene 001. This is the same thing that we see earlier. You just don't necessarily worry about that, you delete that. Okay, so this is one part. The second part is it creates a preset 001. And if it goes to preset 001, everything is just overlapping. Everything gets undefined. This is due to actually an advantage of animation node. That's when you create a node, all this kind of node has a very unique identity I think being listed in the background, but just assume this is loop input 009. Every node is very unique to each other. But now in this node we have the loop input 009. But for that loop input we also have a loop input 009. So Blender gets confused which loop input 009 are you going to use. So everything just becomes undefined. In such a kind of case, when you have such kind of error, you just remove the older preset library. Then everything gets fixed right away. Okay. In fact, I would suggest you, if you are trying to update your preset library within a particular project file, then you need to remove all this kind of preset library before you append it, so that you prevent all this kind of red bar error, just to make your experience a little bit better without red bar, because it kind of looks very frightening when everything turns to be red. So this is basically all about it. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll probably see you next time. Bye bye.